Well, we are here. Now, one season or 2 seasons ago, I can't remember when it was, I said that was the hardest preseason I have ever had to do. Well, I'll tell you what, nothing comes close to what the fuck we just went through here. It is first game of the season. I am still missing like one or two positions I've been trying to just strengthen in general all summer. And oh boy, do I have a rundown of stuff I had to do for you. And for you, I mean me, the fans, the supporters, the fucking club, everything to try and get a single player over the line. Yeah, we have to sell first. Yeah. There are players here who don't want to be here. There's players here who I don't want to be here. And in some weird places, there's players who did, but then didn't want to leave. Then I didn't want them to go, but now I do want. It has become a clusterfuck of just something. The good news is we're actually stronger in some areas than we were last season. Some areas I think we took a backward step in. In some, I don't even know how to judge. Good news, last time I checked, we were predicted to finish 8th. But we'll check that before the game actually kicks off. This is Quite Average Gamer. My name is Duncan, and welcome to what is inevitably going to be a long one of the Journeyman. Let's see how I did in the summer, shall we? Let's go. And weirdly enough, we're actually starting on this screen where you're just going to see me because I am going to read to you how our transfer window or business ran. Okay? So if I remember correctly, we had 1.3-ish million. That's what we had to spend. We had a wage budget, which, by the way, I'm currently over, but I don't think we will be when a deal goes through. Not sure. Doesn't matter. But we had 1.3 million to spend. We had a big chunk of wages, and we had 2 transfers lined up. One was done before we even joined the club. That was Abdelmanem. More on that one. And we had signed Justin Bijlo, who is, I think I pronounced his name horribly wrong. I probably still am, on a free. By the way, he's here. He is beautiful. And he has everything we've needed, stat-wise, for a goalkeeper. We will look at all the players individually. As kind of like the first kind of month went by, nothing was happening. Our window had opened in France, but I don't think any had opened really anywhere else. I'm at this point going, okay, I need to sell before I can buy. I get that. Let's see if we can move on, and let's see who's available. It became quite clear centre mids was going to be an issue. One guy still wanted to come, and he wanted to come on low wages. So Scott McTominay came in on a free transfer, and he looks fine. He looks solid. I have absolutely zero issues. He came in a 1-year deal. I think if he plays, it's either 15 or 20 league games, he gets an automatic extension. Honestly, if he plays well enough and he plays Hitsel's game, no issue for it. Might even get a new contract regardless. We then spent all of our budget that we currently had at that point on one player. His name was Jose Carlos Marcos. He's a right winger that we signed for 1.3 million from Real Madrid. He's coming in as a second choice behind Pellistri. He looks okay, nothing special, but we didn't spend that much money on him. That's perfect. Now the reason I'm stopping here is because in terms of the ins, this is the only ins we got in before Abdelmanem came in. I'm going to go through all the outside did, and I'm going to explain why that transfer has hurt me and annoyed me so fucking much. First player to leave, and by the way, you will not recognise majority of these teams. I scoured our, what have we got? Our under-19s team and our second team for players who we can sell for anything. And I mean anything. I know I was only getting 40% of whatever came in. That's fine. So, Aldrich Batumba, he left for £775,000 to Lens. We received £300,000, okay? If you want to keep a note of this as we go along, that's fine. We then sold Justin Bengai Zhao, he was a goalkeeper, for £850,000 to Reims. We received £350,000 in our transfer kitty. All going well. We then sold Stanislas Kalala for £3.7 million to Valladolid. We got £1.1 million of that transfer. We sold Ibrahima Ndiaye for £1.2 million to Montpellier. We got £400,000. That was a transfer that went on forever. We offered him out at the agreed £3.1 million. He felt I was trying to push him out at an unrealistic expectation. So we sat and we said, okay, what's a realistic fee? You're not happy with 3.1, what's realistic? Oh, 3 million, right. So that 100,000, yeah. And as I end up proving, I was taking a hell of a lot less than that just to get rid of the guy. But he left for 1.2 million, we got £400,000. We then sold Fabio Levi for 2.5 million to Cagliari. We got 1 million. We sold Lenny Julin, I can't even read my own handwriting anymore, for £95,000 to Dijon. We got £30,000. Yes, I have paper and pad. We then sold Antar Belkacemi for £150,000 to Lorient. We received £33,000. Now, after that sale, we had a deal lined up for a new first choice striker. All we were waiting was for the lad to agree the contract, and that was it. Abdelmanem's transfer, which we all knew was happening, and I, as it turned out, wrongly assumed the money had already been paid for, went through. Now, at this point, I had a transfer budget of around £3.5 million. I only had to pay £1 million up front for the striker. I still had money to play with. Abdelmanem came in for a fucking whopping 2.3 or something million. I can't remember, but he shattered the money I'd brought in. So I had assumed that this transfer had already been paid for. That money had already been given, or at the very least set aside for a transfer that was pre-arranged before I became manager. No. Wiped out my wage budget. Not wage budget, sorry. My transfer budget. Let me take a drink. Completely wiped out the transfer budget that I had built up so that I could strengthen the squad. So he came in and it fucked everything. So I'm now going to go through the rest of my outs before I go with the rest of my ins, because I did manage to build up money again, thankfully, and I managed to get players in the door. We then sold a lad called David Longley. He'd been out on loan all season for £850,000 to Hellas Verona. We got £300k. David Blaze left for £2.3 million to Charleroi. We got £900,000. Paul Bernardoni went to Valencia for £425,000. We got £110,000. Enzo Moleb went to Partizan for £1.3 million. We got £500,000. Imdad Sharifo, apologies for the pronunciation, he went to Cologne for £3.7 million. We got £1.5 million. Alexa Terzic, our left back, left us for £10.75 million. Don't understand how he was valued at that much. We actually had a bid earlier on, 2 bids for £14.75. He turned them down. Nobody else was bidding that high. He then left for that money. We got £3.8 million for that. Pontas, the man I wanted rid of for a while. Surprisingly, we got £5.75 million for him. He went to Burgos. We got £2.2 million. And Musa Pinpin Kamara left to Sheffield United for £300,000. And we got £71,000 of that money. So with our transfer kitty that we'd built up, I had delayed the transfer for a while. But our new signing, David Arboleda, came in for a total fee of £4.4 million from Legia. We only paid £1 million up front. We then signed Giacomo Quagliota for £525,000 from Sassuolo. He is our new left back. Ivan Jaime, Jaime, he came in a free. We then had a complete panic buy of a goalkeeper from Seville for £98,000. He is god awful, but he is only there in case of emergency. So let's now move here and I'll actually show you the signings we have brought in. We also promoted a few of the guys from the under-19s and the second team who could be useful. This is our squad altogether. There's still players I'm trying to move on. We've had injuries, everything about it. I generally feel we're now stronger in attack, as in striker. We are stronger on the wings, I feel. Centre half hasn't really looked any different. If anything, we're maybe weaker slightly because we don't have Ferreira. Left back is much the same as much as we replaced them. Still don't have a second choice right back. Working on it. I am about to blow the rest of my budget on a right back if he accepts our deal. Plus youth. I'll show everybody coming through, but let's get to where we are, and I want to show you the man when I see him. 3 and 8.8. Justin Bigelow. Justin. Look at him. He is amazing in every way. He actually has one downfall, and it's his acceleration. Because I'm kind of okay with that. Decent enough agility, but what we love, his one-on-one ability is 17. His kicking is 16, which is helpful. His passing's 15, so perfect for playing out from the back. Good reflexes at 14. Decent rushing out tendency. Good at throwing. His handling's pretty decent. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on in my throat. Aerial reach, command of area, everything there is just good for his good positioning. Like, he will be fine at worst, I think. So he came in. Scott McTominay's come in. Ball winning midfielder. His physicals are perfect still. I've actually got no issue at all with his physicals. Mentals are pretty damn good, and his technical ability is quite good. For a 34-year-old, he's only on £28,000 a week as a squad player for a year deal. I think it's 15 or 20. 15 league games, he gets an automatic extension. Honestly, if he performs well enough, I don't have an issue giving him a new contract at the end of the season anyway. Because unless his physicals and technicals decline massively between now and the end of the season, I don't think there'll be an issue with him at all. I think he's going to come in, he'll be fine. He can even do box-to-box because he's actually got the stats for that as well. So he's going to be perfectly fine to centre mid for us. This is a man who's going to lead our line. Excuse me for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. I don't know, I feel like something caught in my throat constantly just now. David Arboleda, he's a poacher. That is my biggest concern with him, is he is a poacher. But he's a 21-year-old Colombian. He has pace, very good composure, very good finishing, heading's decent, good technique, decent enough off ball. I think he's a poacher. I think he will be fine. Him, Trevino, somebody from who was out on loan is coming in. Who's out on loan, sorry, he's going to be the third choice striker, but he's going to be the guy leading our line this season. I think he's going to be fine for us. Giacomo Quagliare's come in. He is our left back replacing Terzic. I think he's probably better than Terzic. The only issue I have is he's 31 years old. But he's here on a 2-year deal. There is a player I would love to bring in at left back, but that now basically depends on if Gaston Alvarez leaves and if we can structure the deal in such a way that we can actually get him in this summer. If we get the right back I have bid for, I think the deal overall for that is about 16 million. Like, we are spending a fucking massive chunk of change on this boy that we're trying to bring in. If he comes in, that's a transfer that we're going to be paying for like 4 years still. But the money we could make off of him will be massive, and he could be the right back to literally help guide us through the rest of this division. But that's quite Giacomo. No issue with him. This is Ivan. I'm just probably going to call him Ivan. I'm not 100% sure how to say his name. I keep on calling him Jamie. It says he's advanced playmaker out wide, which I probably will use him as. But I was getting no issues using him as vertical winger or as an inside forward. He's 30 years old, can play centre mid as well for us if needed, or in that 10 slot. He was a guy I've been looking at since, I'd say maybe March time in game. we'd kind of been monitoring him. We knew he was coming up, his contract was up. We then get told he wasn't getting renewed. But we kept an eye on him for a long period of time. Other people came in for him, but he chose us. That's another thing that happened. We were in for Fagiolo from Juventus. He was 30 years old. He chose, I think it was Salzburg he chose over us. There was, oh shit. But there's been like 3 or 4 players who've just chose other teams over us, and it's been so fucking difficult to get anyone over the line. But he came in, and then the last signing we've made so far is Mark Celorio. He is, the thing is, he's stat-wise, he's actually fine outside of first touch and passing to an extent. But he's a mercy backup. He's 23. I don't think he'll ever develop to where we need him to be. But I needed another goalkeeper. He's came in. I don't hope I never need to play him. But that is that. We also have promoted a bunch of players. But as you can see, Cherky is injured. Palistri's injured. So I'll go through the team in a minute. Excuse me. Berntsen we're trying to sell off. We've had a couple of offers accepted for him at higher bids. He has turned them down every time. We're now trying to get rid of him at 2.7 million. The reason we're trying to get rid of him is because of this guy. Andrei Fulga. He is quicker. Probably technically better outside of passing. And we think he'll do pretty well for us at this level. He's also... There's someone else we have who I can't think... Oh no, there's somebody else went on loan. But he's one of the guys we promoted... Johan Magnon, kind of third, fourth choice, right mid. He's 17 years old. Again, decent pace, decent enough technicals. Again, outside of passing, but he's here. He'll do as an option on that right hand side. Nathaniel Galmish is the third choice striker, but he'll also fill in probably on the wings if need be. He was out on loan at Cologne. Last year, he got 13 goals in 33 league games. Clubs have kind of sniffed around him but never bid for him. So that's that. Junior Joan is another youngster, 21-year-old. He'll play mix of the number 10 and centre mid for us. Probably. Is there anyone else I've promoted? No. So, our opening game of the season is against newly promoted Cannes. PSG won their opening game of the season. Rennes won their opening game of the season. So did Montpellier. Lille drew with Lens. This is our team for today then. In goal, making his debut, is Justin Bijlow. Mbok keeps his right back position with Monterize and Abdelmanem, the man who I currently hate for stealing my money. Oh, what's going on in my throat? I apologise. Quagliata makes his debut at left back. Our midfield 2 is Hamida and Maxence. Marcos will make his debut at right mid. Trebelsi will start at number 10 because we have the injury to Cherky, who's literally been injured for most of pre-season, with Ivan out on the left hand side being that advanced playmaker. And up top will be Arboleda as the poacher. On the bench we have Alvarez, Diamande, McTominay, Julan, Fernandez, Fulga, Galmish, Trevino, and our goalkeeper, because he was only one fit who we didn't have a position for already. We're trying to move on players still. It's just a slow fucking process because nobody really has the funds, I've noticed as well, to just buy our shit players. Who'd have thunk it? It's been an absolute nightmare trying to move people on. Cherky, who wanted to go, we agreed at the 90 million, so Man United were the only team remotely interested. I offered them out countless times. I even said, try to hire intermediaries, gave them the 30-day thing. They couldn't get an offer in from him. I reduced the asking price to 80 million. Nope. Man United, then their interest on him, on his page, like the transfer page for him, went from transfer to loan. They didn't even attempt to bid at all. We tried to move Cherky on. Now, I am not upset he's still here because we've seen his end of season form. If he can continue that this year, we'll be fine. But yeah, Monterize had interest in him. Couldn't get a bid in from him as much as I tried. And trust me, I tried. Couldn't get an offer in for him. Tried to get offers in for Alvarez. I'm only getting loans. I don't want to loan him out because I won't be able to. You're shitting me here. We won't be able to replace him if we loan him out. We're 1-0 down 10 minutes in. What the hell? This was not meant to happen. Poor defending from us. Puts us 1-0 down. You're getting berated on the opening game of the season. Congratulations. I didn't do what I said I was going to fucking do either. Home. We are predicted to finish 8th. There we go. We're still 1-0 down. But yeah, haven't been able to strengthen centre-back position at all because I haven't been able to move anybody on. Oh, for fuck's sake. Of course we get an injury again. So yeah, I haven't been able to do that. Try to find a second choice goalkeeper has been an absolute nightmare. We did have a deal agreed with a guy from PSG, but he wanted 80 grand a week to be second choice. And I just refused to pay that. So we've ended up with who we have. Again, ideally I want first choices at the fullbacks that aren't the ones we have. And actually now I include Quagliata in that because he has been signed to be a backup. But again, we can't move on Gaston Alvarez at the moment. But I am trying my damnedest to just strengthen this squad. But it's definitely a mix mash. It's not every player that we have signed is signed for the style of player we're looking for. What do you call it? So we're playing a vertical tic-tacker. Having an advanced playmaker out in the wing, yeah, it's not helping us in that regard. But he was the best player of that position, if you like. Not the type we wanted, but that position, and that's kind of what I went for in the end, because if not, we were talking step down in quality once again. What that doesn't mean, though, is that my defence is in any way more solid. It's not. It's really not. The money we're about to spend on a right back, I've got to hope that will help if he agrees to come to us. But if he doesn't, yeah, I'm kind of not going to be in a good place for that one. You need to calm down. You've been dog shit. You're injured. You have been dog shit. This is the fear I've got with Arboleda. I don't know if he can play as a lone striker. I've always kind of struggled with the poacher role. I've never really known how to get the best out of it. But right now, whatever we're doing isn't getting the best out of anything. You're going to have to come on, lad. Always an inside forward. On attack, Hamida, you're going to have to come off McTominay at the moment. Excuse me, Trevino, you're going to have to come on for him. Diamandi's going to have to come on because used to just can't be trusted. I cannot fucking believe we're getting beat against a recently promoted side. I mean, I can believe it. After the hell of a pre-season we've just had, I can fucking believe it. That's a good turn. Right, that got us literally nowhere. Oh, Max Sons is a guy I've been wanting to replace all summer, and trust me, I have tried to find a better centre mid than him, and we have struggled. We lost out in Fagiolo, who would have been fucking Ndombele turned us down to join someone else. The squad just isn't quite where I want it to be yet. And that's including like Palistri's not here, Cherky's not here, both of them are injured. So that's a bit of an issue. Fuck's sake, at least rescue a draw. That's a good ball though. This is an absolute shit show of an opening day. Absolute shit show of an opening day. Oh, of course he's fucking injured. And already... an area of the park where I already don't have enough bodies to cover. And he gets injured. Oh, fuck. Thrash Arms, far from pleased. That was awful. I have an even smaller squad now to go into the next game of the season. Don't know who it is because I haven't even checked the fucking fixtures because I spent that long. I've literally spent the longest physical amount of time. I forgot I did all this before I turned the PC off. I've got loads of guys coming for loan. What is the next game? Monaco. Of course, it's fucking Monaco. Combine amount to replay Monaco. But I honestly, that's the longest time I have spent physically doing pre-season because I scoured leagues and teams for any player worth potentially even scouting to see if we could bring them in for a fee. I think I spent like 7-8 hours just trying to get to here and to do all of that, finally get some semblance of a squad together. You could beat in the opening day by the fucking recently promoted side 2-0 is a massive, massive boot in the stones. I'm going to go look at these players I brought in the trial. Hope to Christ at least one of them is good enough to come in. And I'll see in a minute as we take on Monaco. Go me. This is killing me today. Trebelse and Maxence are both out for 3-4 weeks. So my only two fit out and out centre mids are playing. Fernandez is now going to come in as number 10, which is fine. He's competent enough there. We're going to use him there anyway. Palistri is out. We're still 5 to 10 days away from Cherky doing full training. We're 4 days away from Palistri being back for full training. Still no further forward on the right back. I don't know if he's got any other options to choose from or not, but he hasn't agreed or even declined to join us yet. Honestly, I'm getting stressed. Ivan is a bit tired, so actually I'm going to change him with Fulga. Is also probably the winger's more of a natural for this position. Also means he can come in and play centre mid if I need to. Oh, I want to cry a little. I want to cry a little. Berntson's going to come on the bench as well instead of the goalkeeper. Oh. Let's hope we do a lot better against Monaco than we did in the last game. We have to win our home forms, our home games, no excuses. I actually agree with that. If we want to be successful this year, our home games are going to be vital. So try not to fuck this. We're in white. Monaco are in black. The only changes we made are the ones we were forced to through injury and Ivan, who looked a bit tired after one game. Nope. No. Fucking hell. So, McTominay's playing in the centre midfield. He's not playing as a playmaker. He's playing as a box-box midfielder. I actually don't have a playmaker or somebody being a playmaker in the side. That's got to be offside, surely. How is that a full goal anyway? Is that not Marcos? I mean, I don't really care who scored the damn thing, but let's see what happens. So, Marcos gets to throw in. Play him, gives it back to him. He comes inside with it again. Has a shot. Oh, Fulga just runs in and just diverts it home. 1-0. Well done, Andrei. Why am I struggling with names today? Fernandez. Oh, off the post again. So... But yeah, so we don't have anyone doing a playmaking role in the side today at the moment. So I'm hoping that doesn't hurt us too much. But we will see as the game goes on. Looks like we're playing a lot better today, though. We've created chances, had shot on goal that we didn't have last game. Bijlow just tipping the ball out. Probably unfortunate for that goal we conceded last game. It did make a couple of good saves, in amongst me being very angry. So I think he's going to prove himself for us over the course of the season. We know Mbot can do okay for us. We've seen it last year. Oh, fucking hell. We absolutely need better as the first choice, but he come in random games, yeah, he'll be absolutely fine. Good save, though, there. As he hit a shot from a fair bit of distance. Hamida clears it straight to a Monaco player. Oh, I thought Abdelmanem was going to just batter that in. McTominay's on a booking. I didn't notice that. That's not ideal. Ham looks like he's playing quite poor. Arboleda looks like he's playing quite poor. Again, I'm not sure if a poacher is what we need for this role, so I may end up asking him to play a different role than what his preference would be, which I don't think should be much of an issue, really. I think he can probably play advanced forward pretty well, or quite a few of the other roles. Good tackle though. Good tackle and good press. Can we do something again here? Mbok to Marcos. Back to Mbok. Ahamada. Marcos. McTominay. Well over the bar. Conversion! Oh, come on. Just absolute dog shit defending. And I'm not even blaming fully the defence on that. McTominay is just no man's land here. He's one of those two, but when he picks up that ball, why he stops, doesn't keep trying to win it. He then just lets him drive in. Oh, I'm not happy again. Not happy at all. By the way, Exeter did get relegated to finish 19th last season. I meant to say that at the beginning of the episode. Fuck's sake. Oh, what the fuck, man? Who just picked up that knock anyway, right? Alvarez has to come on. Abdelmanem's having a fucking howler today. Thank you. So is Ahamada. Right, we'll bring Ivan on in the middle of the park as a playmaker. We've made 3 changes. I'm going to change your role to an advance forward. Let's see if Arboleda can get more involved in the game. Let's see if we can create some chances. And let's see if Diamande can actually stop a ball getting fucking shot past him. Fulga, what are you doing, lad? Honestly, at times, I think this team just are determined to get me the sack. Why do you all stop and wait for the ball? David Arboleda with the equaliser. Thank Christ one of you was paying attention. Glad it's somebody else's poor pass that get intercepted for a change, not ours. Oh. Oh, I'm so frustrated right now. So frustrated. Can you just stop standing still? Why is every pass I played in our midfield, they just stand like, is it coming yet? Move towards the fucking ball. That's how we keep losing all the bloody balls. Everybody just stands and waits. Right, well done, Alvarez. Right, fires it back post. Marcos off the crossbar. Unlucky. Unlucky. Fernandez needs to come off his shit today. Junior. I think you're an advanced playmaker, aren't you? If you're playing as advanced playmaker on attack, you're switched to a deep line playmaker on support. You've been dog shit since you came on. You're lucky I can't be arsed trying to sub you off. You're absolutely knackered, so Galmish will have to come on again. Oh, you should have hit that, Joanne. Perfect chance for the kid to hit it, but I won't blame the youngster too much. Hit it, hit it, hit it! And he did. He actually did. Jalan with the winner. Hope to Christ that's the winner. Oh my god. Imbok with the throw in. Jalan just passes it straight back to him. He runs out of space. Imbok sees that, takes one touch and just curls it past the goalkeeper. That's a very comfortable finish. Someday, Junior Jalan does something and somebody in this team doesn't make me want to stab myself in the eye. 5 minutes added time though, so plenty of time for us to fuck this up. Ivan Jam or Jam or however the fuck you say Ivan's second name, he is looking 2 games in, so I might be being a bit harsh, but he is looking like an absolute failure of a signing. He's on a fucking 3-year deal, I think. Thank fuck we picked up 3 points in that. You've done brilliant work and won that. Proud of you. Whatever, I just don't want to berate you too much. Poor start in the first game. 3 points in the second. I guess that's a decent enough way to go. You've ended your goal drought. You played 8 matches without scoring before. Didn't know that. Did not fucking know that. Mbot does well again. We'll praise his performance. Right, let's have a look at the schedule. We have loads of games actually before this fuck finishes up. Let's then come back for the PSG game before the window shuts and Lorient, I'm assuming, after the window shuts. And we'll see what business we've done in between. I'll make a note of that though, because I will forget. Come back for PSG and Lorient. Right, that is fine. If you've enjoyed today's video, or you just want to help protect my sanity, please leave a thumbs up. It helps get the channel shown to more people, or potentially shown to more people. If you generally think there is people that may be interested in the content, like, share the videos. There's plenty of episodes for this series alone. I think this got to be us now at 80 or 90 odd episodes for the Journeyman. Like, it's all there. It's all on the channel. So if you wanted that, share it about. I'm okay with that. If you liked the video, please do leave a thumbs up. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I am just angry with the team and I want to just combust and rage. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow when we take on PSG and FC Lorient. Au revoir.